Hey guys, DBZ Enoki here, and welcome back to another scenario. In this scenario, we cover what if Trunks never time traveled, or was trapped in his future, or current present timeline. You know, of course I have to change a few things to where Trunks just doesn't die to the androids immediately. If you enjoyed this first part and want the rest of the series, be sure to leave a like on the video, and subscribe to the channel. Anyways, let's get into the what if. We start off at Capsule Corp, where the time machine is complete, and Bulma's programming it to a point in the past to travel. Trunks is about to use the machine, but then everything starts to shake. As Trunks looks outside, he sees the androids. They're here, and they're attacking the city they're in. It doesn't seem like they know that they're here, or what they're doing. It just seems like they're just using the city as a shooting range, blowing everything up with their ki blasts. And it doesn't seem like they're gonna stop until the city is completely destroyed. Trunks then grabs Bulma and quickly leaves the lab. Android 18 then spots them, so she then goes after Trunks and Bulma. Trunks then turns Super Saiyan for an extra boost of speed to try to get away, but she's still hot on their tail. Trunks keeps on trying to outrun her, but she keeps catching up to him. He needs to find an opportunity to set Bulma down, so then Trunks blasts the ground, creating a dust cloud, which obscures the Android 18's vision. He uses this time to set Bulma down, but he knows he has to buy time to let her get away. So he's gonna have to try to fight Android 18. Trunks does match 18 for quite a while, but thanks to her infinite energy, she soon overpowers Trunks, which turns the battle into 18's favor. 18 then beats Trunks almost to death, with Trunks barely having any energy left. As 18's about to finish him off, he then uses his solar flare, blinding 18, using this chance to get away. 18 gets annoyed by this, as she can't believe she fell for this, but she's not too worried. He was too weak to do anything, and he'll be too weak to do anything later. Trunks does get away, but he doesn't get away too far. And Trunks notices that it seems like they can't sense energy, because if they did, they would have came after him by now. He didn't get away that far, but due to his injuries and what little energy he has left, he does eventually pass out. But someone does find Trunks and takes him to safety. As soon as Trunks recovered enough, he wakes up, and he sees someone that he's never really seen before. It's Yajirobe. Yajirobe then explains to Trunks that he was scavenging for stuff until he ran into Bulma, who forced him to find Trunks. He knew that he was probably going to die either to the androids or to Bulma's wrath, so he went with the androids instead. He could consider himself lucky that he found them without the androids noticing him. He didn't tell Trunks that he's been out of it for a while. Too bad there isn't any more senzu beans, otherwise he would have been back up months ago. Months? He's been out that long? Trunks then tries to get up, but he can't due to his injuries. Yajirobe then tells Trunks to try to rest, as it took him this long just to wake up. He's not fully recovered. He knows that he's worried for Bulma, but he can guarantee that she's alright. If anything, she's more worried about him. So, once he's fully healed up, he'll take him to her. So then some time passes, and Trunks does eventually recover. And to uphold his end of the deal, Yajirobe does take Trunks to Bulma, and when they see each other, they're both relieved. Glad to see that Trunks is alive. Trunks is glad too, but then he asks about the time machine. Bulma's sad to say that the time machine has been destroyed. While Trunks was out recovering, she did eventually go back to see what was left, but there was nothing. The androids completely destroyed it. Everything related to the time machine is just gone. They can't believe it. That was their last hope. Trunks gets frustrated at this, but Bulma tells him to calm down. Yeah, the time machine is destroyed, but that wasn't their last hope. Trunks is. He knows that if someone's gonna bring peace to this world, it's him. But Trunks then remembers, yeah, he can't beat both of the androids at the same time. But when he was fighting 18, he was able to stand a chance against her. It seems that she's not as strong as 17, but it was thanks to her infinite energy that allowed her to win. And going Super Saiyan doesn't really help much of the situation either. Yeah, Super Saiyan gives him a huge boost in power, but what's the point of that if the Super Saiyan is just going to drain his energy? Maybe he needs to further improve Super Saiyan, to the point where he doesn't waste a lot of energy. So Trunks decided to use this time to improve on Super Saiyan, try and get full mastery of it. And he can train as intensely as he can, knowing that the androids can't sense energy. But still, he tries to keep a low profile. Meanwhile, Bulma is working on something else. She's trying to work on senzu beans, or at least some kind of variation of it, because they're gonna need some kind of healing. If they get injured, they can't wait months or maybe even years just for them to recover. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. What if a threat shows up and something goes wrong? They're gonna need it, so she works on it. With the help of Yajirobe. He did live with Korin, so he knows a little bit about the senzu beans. But as some time passes, Trunks continues training as intensely as he could, and he does discover another level of Super Saiyan. He discovers Super Saiyan Grade 2. He thinks that the power is amazing, but Soon he realized, the more that he worked with the form, the more he realized how bulky the form is and how much it slows him down, and also how much energy it consumes to use this power. So he decides just to improve regular Super Saiyan, which means eventually he gained access to grade 4. Well, technically grade 3, as he unlocked grade 2 and didn't improve it to grade 3, but you know what I mean. He gets access to grade 4, which means now he thinks he's finally ready to go against the androids. So one day, he heard reports about androids attacking the city, and as he's about to leave, Bulma gives him something. She's been working on this for a while, and with the limited resources, this was the best she can do. It's her own kind of sensu bean. Now, it doesn't heal injuries like the original ones. As for this one, it only heals minor injuries, but it should work well for now. So, Trunks takes them, and he flies off towards the androids. When he finds them, he transforms, powering up into Super Saiyan. Then, he sneaks attacks one of the androids. It was Android 18, and this attack actually did some damage. 18 then gets up, and she's actually angry. As 17 was about to join in, 18 tells him not to, as Trunks is her kill, and that she's gonna make the most fun out of it. So she's fighting Trunks, and she's not taking him too seriously, but she realizes that Trunks isn't taking her seriously either. He's dodging all of her attacks with no effort. 18 gets more agitated as more of her punches gets dodged by Trunks. She then finally decides to take this seriously and go full power. Trunks sees this and easily defends against her. Then he knocks 18 away, making her crash into a couple of buildings. And 17's shocked. He can't believe that he's witnessing 18 being pushed around like this. He can't be stronger than them. Maybe he's just got lucky. Those attacks he did catch her off guard, and then she wasn't even taking them seriously. But 17 then sees 18 coming out of the rubble, seeing that she took major damage. 17 then tries to help, going and trying to attack Trunks, but then Trunks knocks him away. 18 then fires blasts at him, and there's a huge explosion. 18 thinks she's gotten him, but then, as the dust settles, she sees a glowing light. It's Trunks charging up a Masenko. Trunks then fires it at 18. As soon as she realizes, she tries to get away, but it's too late. Masenko destroys her, killing her, and 17 can't believe it. 18 is dead? 17 is then angered beyond belief, and tries to rush at Trunks. He tries to land a hit, but Trunks instead grabs his wrist and gut punches 17. Then he knocks him to the ground, creating a crater. Trunks then launches a blast at 17, but 17 gets up and puts up a barrier. And 17 is surprised to see his barrier is actually failing. It's starting to crack. As Trunks puts in more power, it destroys his barrier, with his blast hitting 17, with there being an explosion. As the dust starts to settle, Trunks doesn't see anything. He did it. He won. He defeated the androids. As Trunks is cheering, he's elated beyond belief, as tears of joy run down his face. He's finally glad that his nightmare has been put to rest, and he hopes that he finally made Gohan proud in the other world. Trunks then goes back to Bulma, telling her the good news about the defeat of the androids, and she's so elated. She can't believe that it's finally over. After everything they did, after everything that's been sacrificed, it's finally over. And Bulma is kind of sad about the time machine being destroyed. She didn't want to prevent this future from happening, but maybe it's better off that it's destroyed. The only reason that they made the time machine was to bring back Goku and the others. But what if that had consequences to that? What if they made their timeline change for the worse if they did that? So they don't want to risk that after they just finally achieved peace. Trunks then asks about Namek. He remembers that Bulma told him about it. Can't they build a ship and go there? Use their Dragon Balls? But Bulma pretty much tells him that they don't know where Namek is anymore. The original Namek was destroyed, and when the Namekians rebuilt their planet, they moved it to another location for their safety. So they don't have no idea where it's at now. Trunks is bummed out to hear that, but he's not too saddened about it either. Yes, they're friends and people who was sacrificed, but it wasn't in vain because they were able to win. And if any more threat shows up, Trunks will be ready. And with this, we enter a time skip 3 years into the future. And it's been peaceful. Rebuilding on Earth has been actually going well. Until one day, Trunks starts hearing reports of people going missing in certain towns. He then senses something strange, something he can't believe. It feels like a mixture of energies. And in one of them, he feels Gohan, and Trunks can't believe it. That can't be Gohan. Gohan's been dead for a while. He saw him die. And with his energy, it's a mixture of all other energies. Little does Trunks know, the bio-android created by Dr. Gero, Cell, has awakened. Which is where we'll leave this part off. What do you guys think of this first part of this new scenario? And what do you think will happen next? If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see the rest of this series, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It supports me and supports the channel. Anyways, I'm DBZ Anarchy, and I'll see you guys in the next video.